Man, we took an L. So we're going to talk about this L. You know, it's one of those things that I think I'm definitely seeing this clear. I got a pretty good, real idea of what's going on with these Dallas Cowboys. This definitely confirms some stuff. I see very clearly what's going on. And I think I do. But we're going to talk about it. It's going to obviously be some room to talk me off some different thoughts and narratives I might have. But I do think I'm saying this, man, pretty clear our view. I think we got enough games to know what we dealing with. It's pretty clear to me. And hopefully it's going to be clear as we kind of go through this recap. Let's go paint it out. You know, and I know, listen, I already know a lot of the Cowboy fan base, we real upset. We should be. A lot of us had this game on the radar, a statement game, most of us would say, right? I think that's a fair description, a statement game. I think that's a fair way to go about how most people would think we should take this game. And it is a statement game, but the statement game is opposite of what we wanted. So we go deal with the reality of it. We go talk about the full reality of what this means to the Dallas Cowboys, what this means to the future and everything. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm actually going to even grab my notes and then I'm going to come back. I got everything set up. We go kick it off. Give me 1 second. All right, I got everything. Whew. Y'all might even hear me breathing. Had to go grab my notes, man. Cause that's everything. If I ain't got my notes, your boy in trouble. And I gotta pull up my Twitter. Y'all hear me breathing, man? Whew. That's what it is, man. Y'all got your boy breathing. Man, I know y'all open. Ooh, Facebook beat YouTube today. What's going on? The Facebook world wanna know. We gonna talk some ball then. Ooh, Facebook, y'all in here. Man, I gotta catch up to all the Facebook people. I see you, man. All my people, my friends up in here. I see everything going on. All right, man. We gonna talk some ball. We gonna turn on the phones too. Y'all call on in. OC, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Oh, man, I'm chilling on it, man. I'm chilling, man. Feeling good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine, brother. I hear you fine. I gotta feed in real quick something. Go ahead, man. Say something to the people, man. Let's test the sound. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit.
Can the Cowboys lose a tough game at home? I mean, man, I said it was a test for game. I'm going to give my feedback about it and where I think the Cowboys really are and how we can make it improvement to make. But this was a big game, man. This was a big game to see where we really are as a team.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to be honest, man. I think I see us pretty clear now. I think I had some suspicions that I promise you, I feel real like I have a real good grip on what's going on with us. So I definitely can't wait to talk about it, big dog. I can't wait to talk about it, big dog.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm mad about Cowboys. I'm mad about this loss.
I see it on your face, man.
This loss. I'm mad. I'm mad about this loss. I'm hot.
Say he mad. I'm mad too, man. I was going back and forth with some old fake humble people getting on my nerves. I told you we can lose. Shut up. We ain't supposed to lose this game. Boy say coaches.
No, man.
Michael say coaching sucks. No running game at all. Dak confused. Just bad reffing. The leg is horrible. Too much. I think that's the
man.
That's the one. That's the one right there. That's the one. We got a lot of people, man. It's a lot of Facebook people and YouTube people right now. So, man, we gonna try to keep up, man. Y'all pushing us faster than we've ever seen it. So, we gonna address everything, man. I promise you. We're not gonna waste your time. We gonna get into the sauce. I can't even keep up with all y'all comments, man. Most of this stuff, honestly, gonna have to probably call from the phone lines. I'm just not gonna be able to keep up, just being all the way honest with you. But I'm gonna try to catch these as I see it. I see a lot of Facebook people. I'm gonna just have to name y'all real quick, man. That's the only way we're gonna be able to do it, OC. I see Sean, Marvin, Lauren, Navon, Keystone, Quincy, Alfonso, Harold, Buddha. I see you, bro. Kwame, Marvin, Sky from YouTube, Keystone, Terrence, YouTube, Eastside. What's up, Eastside, YouTube? Boss Cowboy Sports with your voice matters. I was waiting on you, OC.
Boss Cowboy Sports in the building.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You sounded a little bit. What internet?
Oh, no, man. Hey, listen. Like, share, subscribe, comment, man. Turn on your bell notification icons for the latest and greatest in Cowboy sports and news.
OC, hold on. OC, come out and come back in. It's not coming in right.
Oh,
yeah, you
is
real
my sound
choppy.
bad?
Yeah, it's your internet. I could tell. It's your internet. Yeah. Just come out and come back in. We'll try it. All right, so listen. I got a good idea of what's going, y'all, man. I'm sorry about my boy internet, man. I'm gonna turn this music down some. Yeah, man. Let's talk about this game, man. One of the first things I noticed before we take some calls, because I'm gonna take some calls. We're gonna take some calls today. One of the first things, obviously, that I noticed, man, and it's what I was suspecting was this team is truly defensive led. And I think I know how to go about how to describe the Dallas Cowboys. It's almost, just to be honest, when I really break this down after looking at us for 16 weeks, watching us go against serious opponents versus opponents we're supposed to win against and all that kind of stuff, I can see, in my opinion, pretty clearly that it all depends on which offense shows up. Because our defense, to me, has proven that they're good enough to keep us in games, and sometimes, especially if they get their hands on the ball, they can outright win games. So I think we can all kind of establish that that's who we are. We are a team that's, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you today. We're a team that we have to wait and see. I'm gonna just tell you how it is. We have to wait and see. So when I say wait and see, what I'm saying by wait and see is you got to see what kind of team go show up. That's what you're waiting on. You're trying to see which offenses go show up specifically. So if the offense that shows up like they showed up on New England, we go win. If the offense that show up like we played the Washington football team this past week, we go easily win. If the offense showed up against Tampa, we go likely win. Because remember, even when we faced Tampa, right? One of the things that was off was our kicking game. So a lot of us, we've been focusing on offense, defense, Dak, receivers, Kellen Moore, and we're gonna talk about all of that today. But we've been focused on that. We've been focused on, but Zerline is also something that we have to look at as well. Will the Cowboys do anything about this kicking thing? I doubt it, to be all the way honest with you. I all the way doubt it. But I can see it happening. So I'm going to go ahead and take some calls real quick. We go talk. We going to just let y'all talk. I'm going to talk. We going to go back and forth on y'all thoughts on the game. I will tell you real quick, defense is still okay. The defense was put in some real bad positions. I mean, extremely bad positions. And it's one of those things is I feel good that if the offense show up, we can win. But we took an ugly L today. All right, OC.
Yo, can you hear me?
How's it sound? You sound better. And we already I'm hearing some back. Yeah, we got a call. What's up, Boss Cowboy Sports? Your voice matter. Hello? Yeah. One. Yeah. So we had us a call. They gone now. I don't know what happened. Okay, anyway. OC.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound much better. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So they calling in a little bit earlier than I expected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up this call line. We'll take some calls. And then, now, before we take some calls, what's your thoughts, OC?
Man, I hate it, Boss Cow. I hate it. Because this was a game that we should have won and challenged by a good football. And I said early in the week, man, this was going to be a game. These guys were coming here and lay down. They were here trying to win the game. Now, we're not the number 2 seed anymore, Boss Cowboy. And the issue that I have is that we didn't come out initially in the first half and match the intensity. We picked it up a little too late. These kids came in here wanting to win this football game, man. We had 4 offensive line holding penalties, man. We had Zach Martin missing blocks, Smith missing blocks, Connor Williams missing blocks. I don't know where's Terrence Steele, man. We had Lyle Collins missing blocks. Where's he in the run game? So if we just didn't have it together, and it's out to Cliff Kingsbury, man, for putting together a great game plan versus these Dallas Cowboys, because he called a masterful game versus the Cowboys, man. He kept the defense off balance. Yeah, they were putting some bad positions, but this is all doable, stoppable stuff, man. And AB, he got picked on all game long. He held up in some parts, but man, he gave up some big plays too.
Yeah. Well, let's take a call, and then I'm going to go to Twitter. We're going to talk about some tweets and different things that's going on in the Twitter sphere and just football. So we're going to open up the phone line real quick. So let me drop that real quick. So the number to call in is 941-942-2100, 941-942-2100, because it's a lot I want to talk about. I saw some stuff like the Arizona was aggressive in they play calling in the first half. They was going for it on 4th down. They was doing a lot of stuff showing that they really wanted this, man. For real. And we was looking passive. Boss Cowboy Sports, your voice matter. Hey. Boss Cowboy Sports, your voice matter. Hold on real quick. That might be me, y'all. Hold on. Boss Cowboy Sports, your voice matters. Yeah. Hello? Hello? All right, let me try it again. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, OC, go ahead.
So look, man, boss. Before we take any calls, man, we need to give some breakdown and analysis on this game. What say ye about the things that I said about
See, we might
this
not be able to do that, OC, because you
and
breaking up. You breaking up real bad, bro. You breaking up. So what we gonna do is try to come back one more time, because this is
okay, let me go to another spot. I'll try.
yeah.
That's cool, man. And then
we
I
gonna
may
lose
have
people.
to call.
I got it. So yeah, now we got the phone lines open. Give me 1 second. Hello, this Boss Cowboy Sports. Listen, y'all, we gonna have to cut out the phones. We gonna do it from the chat today. That's how we gonna have to do it. So I'm gonna take some chats real quick, cause I'm not hearing the phones. I don't know what's going on there. He said, Chuck said, how do you not protect the edges all game with this guy at QB? I did see, in my opinion, we honestly did a good job of protecting the edges for the most part up until the fourth quarter. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what I saw from the floor of the game, Chuck, just from my eyes. Maybe I'm tripping, but from my eyes, what I saw is we was doing a hell of a job stopping the run. We was killing that. Like we was EA Sports in the game when it came to stopping the run. And that's what kept us in the games. That's what kept giving us opportunities. But Kingsbury made a good adjustment in the fourth quarter. On the final drive, he finally started using Kyler Murray, and it caught us off guard. That's what he did. That's what my eyes saw, is that they was attacking us with the run game consistently, just period, and we was stopping it, you know? And then D.A. Lee, he said, good comment, because I do want to, he said, can we talk about the O-line getting cooked? Yeah, man, the O-line, now, we've been begging for this O-line too. We've been begging for this O-line. To your comment, can we talk about the O-line getting cooked? We have been begging for this. I've been hearing a lot of places. We want this, the original offensive line. I kept hearing that. So this was the original offensive line. This was your offensive line with some, you know, some players pulled out, you know? And yeah, but I did see, in my opinion, some horrible calls by those refs. I mean, horrible. Like Schultz, one of his was, it's like y'all, they was taking away big plays on just cheap holding calls. But I ain't gonna get into that. This is the thing that I really was upset to see. And I want y'all to hear me out on this. Yes, Schultz was getting beat by Chandler Jones. Yeah, he was getting beat. But why was Kellen Moore having him in a situation to where you have to block him one-on-one? Like, say, man, it's time to really take some major looks at Kellen Moore. And even Dak. We got to talk about this, because I'm trying to understand how you don't know to attack rookie corners. How do you, not rookie corners, backup corners? Like Troy Aikman was saying it all game. And I said it early. I said, I'm going to show you my tweet. I was just noticing, I was watching the floor of the game, and I said it early. I said, why is Kellen Moore not attacking the young corners of Arizona? Like what? And then the first time he did, he scored a touchdown with Gallup. The first time. Why didn't Dak take over? Dak a vet now. Like, at this point, you take over. If you feel like the play calling is not attacking the matchups, you take over. Nah, man, listen. We got some things we got to correct. The thing that none of us wanted to see right now was an ending of the momentum that we had. That's what's going on. A lot of people don't want to see the ending of the momentum, and I understand that. That's a fair critique all the way. Uh, but yeah, that offensive line, they got show enough cooked, like real life majorly cooked. And then Scott said, my boy Sky, he came in, he said, I'm done with Kellen, yo. Oh, right. It didn't look good. OC, let's try it again.
Yo, can you hear me, boss?
Way better.
All right, man. I have to leave the house, man. I'm down here with mom getting some home cooking. But you know what? You know what? This is most important, boss cowboy, because I got some things to say, and I don't want to cut you off. So go ahead before I get into it.
Nah, I was just looking at Kellen Moore, man, and I was questioning to a degree Dak, because why was the offense not attacking those young or backups? I keep calling them young. You know what I mean? Backups.
Yep.
That's like ideal. That's ideal. That's what you want. You got first round talent with Cooper. Not first round talent. You got crazy talent with Cooper. Crazy with Lamb. This was the game you aired out on them boys. Like, and we didn't do it.
I think that we came out, man, not matching intensity, number one. I don't agree with running screens when you're backed up to your own goal line. It was some bad decisions with play calls, man. You need to attack this team up the seams. And when we started to attack the team up the seams for a couple of plays in the fourth quarter, we had a lot of success. Attack this team up the seams. They got some athletes. Attack them outside and run the hot hand. We didn't do either. And just to be honest, man, we showed up, man, like everybody was hung over from a New Year's party or something, man. I don't know what was going on, man. We didn't have the intensity. We didn't have the eye of the tiger. This team came out here wanting to win the football game, man. They played like it, and they coached like it, and they got out of here with a W, man. And it pisses me off, man, because of the fact that the Cowboys know what's on the line, man. We're the number 2 seed. Now in the NFC, we're not the number 2 seed anymore. Now, guess what? We got to go up here, try to keep our seeding at least 3 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And look, man, we could have been the number 2 seed, competed for number 1 seed as a lock, boss cowboy, but we didn't. Dak Prescott, man, got to believe in himself, man. He got to believe in himself as much as I believe in him. You know what I'm saying? When you see the opening, man, we trust you. Run the football. Don't hesitate, man. We believe in you. Make the plays, man. And that's where we are, man. Defensively, man, hey, we gave up some big plays, boss cowboy. And this is why the OC did not want to anoint this defense yet. I did not want to
wait. No. No, we not going to do this. We not going to blame this D, bro. We not, hell no. We is not finna do that today. I'm going to hit both buttons, damn it, because ain't no way in God's green earth or you go even at all put this game on our defense, bro. I can't wait to fight you on this. Let's go.
We doing it.
Go.
Because we got to make the adjustments, man. Listen, what I'm saying is this. I said this. If you watch Boss Cowboy Sports, I said, what did I say, Boss Cowboy? You helped cut the tape. What did I say? I said, we have to be sure on these edges. And in key moments in this game, Boss Cowboy, we were soft on the edges and we gave up critical first downs, Boss Cowboy, and therefore we did not get the ball back. Also, Boss Cowboy, we did not make key stops. I don't care about Reggie with his nappy afro shaking his head. I don't care about Molly looking at me with a stank eye. I don't care what nobody say. We did not get key stops when we needed to get key stops. And if you tell me this is the championship defense, we must get key stops, and we cannot get the ball thrown over our head and give up touchdowns at home versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. So your first case was about the edges. I'm going to take this one by one. I'm going to show you how to break down the OC. I'm going to show you how to do it.
And I'm going to show you how you're going to be wrong. Go ahead.
I didn't cut you off. See, the first thing is we got to have etiquette. That's the first thing. First things first is etiquette. I did not cut you off at all. So you talked about the edges. The edges was only attacked, like you said yourself, in the key moments. Now listen. So you also know, because I said that before, because you was gone when I said the same thing, because somebody already came in and talked about that. And I said to that person that came in, it's already pre-recorded, OC, so you already actually lost this debate. I already explained that the flow of the game, on the floor of the game, they was running the ball up the middle, and in the key moment, the last series, they finally put it in the hands of Murray, which caught us off guard. That's the exact quote that I said. That is the key moment, and that's more scheming than the players, bro. And this defense, yeah, we gave up some plays, but we made some key plays, bro. That offense put us in a lot of bad situations, man. Like the last fumble that happened from Simmons that stripped Dak. Bro, this defense kept us in the game all night.
Okay. This is a difference between a defensive podcaster and an offensive podcaster. So everybody watching this, these are key differences. Boss Cowboy, before the fourth quarter, they gave the ball to my little homie from Allen, all right? Murray.
Yeah, they gave it to him a couple of times. He wasn't doing nothing.
Boss, it was key situations where he made runs with his feet outside of the pocket, man.
He gonna make plays,
and it wasn't. Boss Cowboy.
That's like saying Lamar Jackson. Like, you got to stop him. They go make plays. They're athletes like that.
Yes, but what I'm saying, and this is why I was concerned. I said in key moments when we got to secure the edges, man. And it wasn't just Murray.
We talking about defense right now for real?
I'm saying, yes, it wasn't just Murray, dude. It was also, who's the running back? Number 2, right? He made some great plays, man, breaking contain. I'm talking about from a schematic and a gap integrity. See, boss, I'm being balanced. I'm saying from a gap integrity situation, I see this as a weakness. I've seen it as a weakness in different parts of the year, and I'm saying teams are going to continue to attack us in key moments, like you said, Boss Cowboy, on the edges if we don't address gap integrity. But I'm going to give you the real reason why, okay? I'm going to help your argument some. I'm going to help your argument.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you the real reason why. The real reason why we struggle on the edges is because we don't have another linebacker besides Michael Parsons that can make plays running east and west. That's why. We don't have the speed at outside linebacker besides Michael Parsons that can make plays running from the hash to the sideline, and teams double team our defensive ends, Boss Cowboy. They double team and chip us, and they exploit it. And that's what happened in some key moments today, Boss Cowboy. I ain't shading the defense. They made some plays, but, man, championship defenses, man, and I ain't saying we've got a good defense, boss. We got a good defense. I'm not tripping, but I'm saying, hey, man, in the key moments, especially in a home game like this, we need you to come up with a little bit more. Of course, Dak didn't play his best game. Of course, we need to do some different things offensively. I'm not taking away from that, but I'm saying what I'm saying.
I hear you, bro. That defense got no help at all from that offense until the fourth quarter, bro, and you know it. We shouldn't even be talking about defense at this point because the offensive line stank. Dak didn't play good. Dak missed some throws that he normally hit. Come to find out, Gallup hurt his ACL. They didn't target Cooper early. They didn't go at young corners. The play calling was so obvious, bro. This is what made me sick. Starting the game off, I saw this early. When you remember, OC, when Buda Baker jumped that screen?
Yeah.
See, I played with safeties that used to do that, right? You know how they was able to do this, and this is where I'm gonna show my, my friendships and my knowledge and my defensive understanding with guys that I played with and my coaches. The way that the safeties was always able to jump screens is they knew it was coming. That's saying Kellen Moore is not only running the screens too much, but predictable in his formations and his tipping the hands. I put that on Twitter immediately when I saw it. I said, when the safety jumps a screen that early, it only means they knew it was coming and that play call is predictable from Kellen Moore. Like, I do want to talk about the defense, OC. I do. But can we first talk about that offense, bro?
Yes, we can. And I got a lot to say about them too, because I'm extremely disappointed because I want Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy to be engaged. Just like Mike McCarthy was involved and engaged, it seemed it was a play calling versus Washington. And like versus this game, he's like, okay, Kellen, you got it, man. Go ahead, man. Do your thing. You're going to do a great job.
You really think that's what happened?
I think that McCarthy, if you watch the game and you look at the tea leaves on the sideline, I saw McCarthy holding a play sheet versus Washington, Boss Cowboy. He was freaking holding a play sheet.
So you saying he was holding a play sheet versus Washington, but this game he looked like he was more hands off, letting Kellen run it?
Yes, 100%. 100%. And I think that Kellen, and no offense to Kellen starts the games flat sometime, dude. He starts the games flat.
That's a fact.
In terms of his play calling, he's starting the game flat. And this is a big game, bro. You can't start a game flat. NFL means not for long. You can't take anything for granted, man. You got to come out and attack a team, man. They got an athletic defense. They got some athletic boys, and they got some talent on that defense, man. They not no slouches. And they didn't play like a slouch. Hey, man, listen. But let's get into this, okay? So
let's go.
Number one.
Let's stick with Kellen for right now. Let's talk about Kellen if you don't mind.
Kellen.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Yeah, so with Kellen, man, here's the issue, man. They played a lot, man, with blitzing us and leaving one high safety. And we tried to run out routes and tried to run screens. Dumb. You can roll the flood route. That's why you need to watch Boss Cowboy Sports. He broke down the flood route on the goal line. You could have ran a flood route since you like trips so much. Kellen loves to line up in trips. He likes tight trips. He likes wide trips. That's fine, Kellen. If you like that, run some flood routes. Run short, medium, and deep. You take him out of that immediately, Boss Cowboy.
I got the flood routes. Hold on. Do I?
Yeah, that was the breakdown I gave about key plays to stop.
Okay, I'll pull up them flood routes. Go ahead. I'll pull them up.
So here's the thing. Also, here's the thing. When you got people playing Russian roulette and bringing a strong safety down the blitz like they did a lot in the first half, you attack that type of defense with vertical routes in the soft spot of the zone, which they started to do the second half a little bit too late. We could have ripped off explosive plays. We could have made Buda Baker, instead of him look like an all-American, all-world player. He looked great. He had a great game. We would have made him miss tackles. We would have made the other safety, number 7, that kid, we would have made him miss tackles on the back end when you attack him with vertical routes, when they have that overload blitz, bring everybody in the box. We did not attack the blitz right, and we did not move the pocket, and that is on the offensive play caller.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a lot that I saw Kellen. I want to ask you this too. A lot of people, I saw something that bothered me about Kellen. Why was Schultz ending up on Jones so much?
Dumb.
Can you please explain that? Take your sweet time. I'm not gonna stop you at all, OC. Take your time.
Okay. Chandler Jones is a grown man. He's a Pro Bowler. He's an animal. He gave Tyron Smith all he could handle. All right? And I said this a couple weeks ago. That's why you need to watch Boss Cowboy Sports and look at our breakdown videos. Because Schultz is really a tight end, but he's really a receiving tight end. He's not strong at the point of attack. That means coming off the ball and pushing people back. Okay? He's not a blocking tight end. Versus people that have less talent than a Chandler Jones, he struggled. Okay, versus your average defensive end in the NFL, Schultz would struggle. That's why I was happy when they brought in Sprinkler, number 87, to be a run-blocking tight end play side. Because he's stronger at the point of attack. He's bigger. He's stronger guy. So schematically, I said this a couple weeks ago, Boss Cowboy, stop putting Schultz against defensive ends and letting him block them one-on-one.
Yeah.
He's going to lose every time. Every time. I don't see him win any time when I watch film. Maybe it's a win in there somewhere, but when I watch film, I don't see him win any time. Not once. He's not a blocking tight end. Use him to chip. Use him up the seam. Use him in the out routes. Use him in the screen game. Use him down the seam. That's fine. Do not have him in line, on the line of scrimmage. Why in the world Why in the world?
OC. What? Yeah, I was just finna ask you that. Like, why is he doing that? I was just finna ask you that. Like, why? Like, why would you match up Schultz against Jones, bro? Like, that's like basic, bro.
It's idiotic, and I said this via Twitter. I said that Steele needs to be involved in the run game. If you know it's an obvious run situation, why? If you're not going to start Steele, which, by the way, in my opinion, by looking at this crap, you should just start Steele. You would do better running the ball.
Where you go start him? Where you go start him?
I'm saying start him in front of Collins. Start him in front of Collins. Start Steele in front of Collins, man. Collins getting holding penalties. Collins is holding on for dear life, man, giving up pressures and stuff. Man, listen, Steele has proved himself as the best right tackle on this team, and I don't care what nobody say, man. Let that dude start. But the least you could do is bring him in as a tight end in obvious running situations and not leave Schultz on the line of scrimmage to block against grown men. That's what you should do. You should motion Schultz out, man. Put him out in the way. If you want to leave him in the game, put him in a slot. Don't leave him blocking all-world defensive ends in the run game. Don't. That's not his strength. That's not what he should do under no circumstances. And it's not just Chandler Jones, boss Cowboy. He's been beat by a lot of people every time they have him in that position. Every time they put him in that position, he gets ran over or beat by somebody, man. That's not his strength. So it's just bad decision-making. I'm sorry.
Hey, I got the flood routes. I got the flood routes too, bro. So
all right, let's go. Roll it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
The OC.
Yeah, we gonna break down this flood routes so y'all know exactly what we talking about.
The film breakdown.
Okay, so this is a flood route that we ran versus there. So you got the inside man running short. All right, that's Schultz. All right. You're gonna have your outside man. You're gonna have your outside man running middle, and then your middle man running deep. Excuse me. So you got short, medium, and deep. These are all out routes. It's the same route. You're just running it differently in terms of depth, in terms of how far the receiver goes with the defense. So if you imagine one of these safeties down in the box, right, they would have to bail to cover the flood route, or you're going to have it very, very wide open. It's a very good way to get people out of blitzes and to attack cover twos that are not man. And when the defensive safeties are playing 10 yards or more off of the football. So you can let it roll, and you can see how this progresses. We should have ran this on these boys. We ran it last week. It's very effective, and it gets people out of blitzes. And boss, it burns you if you blitz. It burns you because you can't cover it if you blitz it. Yeah. So that's the flood route, man. We'll run the play here. It'll run. You'll see it. All right, good. Beautiful. All right, so boom, short. Look at the arrows. You got medium. That's the Cooper. And then you got deep. These are all out routes. Look at it. Now, you can roll the pocket. They didn't move the pocket, but you can roll the pocket on this. Look at that. You can't cover it. Short, medium, deep. You got the safety at the top back of the end zone. He's trailing, right? You got the underneath cornerback. It's space and separation between him and Cooper. Cooper's right on the goal line. He's going to score the touchdown. You got Schultz around the 9-yard line, right? Which he's open as well because they're playing a zone. He could have went to either one of these people and completed the ball, but he picks the safest, easiest route and goes to Cooper for the touchdown. Even if they blitz on this, man, you can roll and let go of the ball quick to Schultz. He could get upfield. You could actually roll or move the pocket on this versus being a sitting duck and getting hit or getting pressured, right? We should have ran this, man. We could have came right back to this, but we didn't do it all game. Disappointing.
Yeah, I'm bro. Because the concept of a flood just because we explaining what we did not see today. That's why we trying to explain all this stuff and show it. It's what we saw last week we didn't see today. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. I'm actually speechless, bro. I really am. I'm
Man,
speechless.
that made me tired. I need a nap, man. That made me tired, man. Y'all taking my energy, man. Y'all stressing me out, man.
Listen, I'm trying to be encouraged because I still am. I still am. But to be a realist, right? I never want to drink unmeasured Kool-Aid. To me, OC, I think we got to be honest and bold and say what it is.
Pour it out.
We need Mike McCarthy to have that play sheet going into the post, my brother. Or we need to get that play sheet to somebody else because I'm starting to see a damn pattern, bro. And I'm going to just say what it is. Because everybody trying to figure out why is this man having such a difference in his red zone play calling at home versus on the road. And there's starting to be a pattern that's starting to kind of paint itself to me that I got to be honest and say that I think we got to start saying what we likely see and how to fix it. And it's this, OC, and everybody that's listening. This man chokes in big moments. He freezes. It's coaches that's like that, and we both know it, OC. We both have had those coaches to where in the big moments they froze. I'm gonna give you a real story. We was in the playoffs when I was in high school. One of my coaches was sitting up there. He literally was froze as we was losing. His mouth was open. Literally. My guy, my friend, he's dead. He was the coldest guy I ever played with in my life. He was accidentally shot. Tragic accident. His name was Calvin. This is a true story. He went up to Coach. He said, I'm going to call him Coach W. He said, Coach W, what we getting ready to do? Coach W just sitting there, mouth open. Grown man. He was a grown man. And I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, this is real. Like, I thought a coach supposed to be under control, cool under pressure. His mouth is open. You got a player trying to get him together. Calvin say, Coach, what we gonna do? Like, how we gonna adjust? His mouth is still open, OC, and everybody. His mouth is open. My boy Calvin, bop, slapped him on the back of his head. Woke him up. True story. I was a sophomore in high school and saw that. It happens, y'all. That's the whole point of the story. And the pattern is saying, Mike McCarthy, you better pick up that play sheet because you got a guy that's not thinking in common sense moments. Like, come on now. We can blame Schultz blocking, but sometimes it's your damn fault for putting Schultz in that situation, OC. Am I tripping or am I making sense on that?
No, you making sense, man. Your job is to put your players in a position where they can have success and help your team win. You don't use Schultz as an inline blocker. And that's why you need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And you can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter, because I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. Don't leave Schultz as an inline blocker. Use Sprinkler. If you want a tight end in the game, use Sprinkler or be creative. Bring in Steele. Bring in Steele as a tight end and obvious running down. He's going to blow somebody with the ball.
I was thinking the same thing.
Even if you don't want to start him because y'all playing politics and shade and could you pay Leal Collins more, right? Or whatever, right? Even though he's played better at right tackle than Leal Collins has.
Just
and we
keeping
look
it
at the
real.
side by side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate that. That makes me sick. Because when I see Leal Collins get holding penalties, when I see Connor Williams get another freaking holding penalty on a critical situation, I'm like, okay, fine. What about Connor McGovern? At least line up Connor McGovern. Use Connor McGovern at tight end if he's your favorite. That's going to be better than lining up Schultz right there, man. It's going to be better.
Let's
you
go
can
down.
Pick Colin. You can pick, Steele. You can pick Connor McGovern. You can play either one of those guys as inline blocking tight ends, man. And here's the thing. The nut up is real because the nut up causes your quarterback to nut up and also have butterfingers and do things like that really shouldn't happen in key moments and hesitate because if you are unsure, your players become unsure. And I saw a couple uncertain moments and I love that. I saw in a couple uncertain moments where I'm like, Dak, bro, run. Bro, make a decision, all those type of things. Thanks for the super chat, Grip Boy 504. Why does this team lead the league in penalties?
Yeah,
I think. So what do you think?
yeah. Somebody mentioned when he was last year before. Yeah, all the penalties. And OC, if you can, try to keep your head in center. We want to see that. We want to see all my brother yellow skin. We got to see it all, bro. Chin and all, bro. We got to see my brother whole shit. There it is. That's the OC, y'all. Look, hey, that's the OC, y'all. Give me a hand. That's the OC, chin and all. The OC. There he is. The brother to himself. But now, man, I'm honestly bothered right now. I'm bothered, bro. Like, but let's focus on solutions, if you don't mind. Let's focus on solutions.
I'm gonna get some solutions.
I'm
gonna give you some.
Because I gave you one. I said Mike McCarthy need to keep that play sheet. He need to be kind of like ready to go if this dude over here just blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Listen, we ain't got no time to be friendly right now, y'all. We ain't got no time to have no favorites. We ain't got no time to have no homies. What's up with Dak, man? Let's go ahead and tackle Dak, bro. Everybody got to talk about what everybody want to talk. Let's talk about, if you don't mind. Was you done with Kelly?
I look, man. I said what I had to say, bro. I mean, you look like, man.
Let's go to Dak.
Deal, man.
Let's go to Dak, bro.
So Dak, man. Here's the deal with Dak, man. Dak, man, you got to believe in yourself, man. And sometimes I've had an injury. I've had a real bad knee injury, and one of the longest things, and I'm understanding where Dak might be, is having the full belief in yourself that you can really get it done physically. Like, Dak didn't have an arm injury. He had a leg injury, a massive catastrophic ankle injury. And Dak has shown doubts. He's almost like post-traumatic syndrome when he breaks the pocket, And so Dak is at a point in his rehabilitation, and where he is and what we need him to do is for Dak to believe in himself and to be okay. Just make smart decisions when you run, and he has. But Dak, when they open it up for you, man, when they dare you to run, when they playing deep and you got 10 yards of green grass in front of you and and you're about to take a cover sack, Dak, go ahead and run, man, and have confidence, right? Have confidence. So mentally, Dak got to really get past that, and that's going to take our team to another level. I think that Dak also has to calm himself down, but I think that Dak has to have somebody right now to calm him down. And I think that Mike McCarthy, going back to both of our previous points, should be more involved, because McCarthy is really a cool, collected kind of a guy. He's a championship coach. He needs to be like, hey, Dak, we're about to make this play here. Like, I don't think that Dak needs to just have all his conversations with Kellen Moore, because Kellen Moore is up and down. And if your offensive coordinator is up and down and he's not consistent, then it can cause you to be up and down, So now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Dak is not our future anymore. Yeah, I think we're a little bit early to say that. I respect that comment. I think we're a little bit early to say that, because Dak is still one of the top 5 to 6 quarterbacks in the league based on performance, okay? So let's not go too far, but he's had some bad moments, and we want to really address those moments because we want to be in a position to play championship football in key moments, and I think that's what we're talking about here.
Real quick, OC, I want to also, let me give my comments on Dak, because I got to be very clear on Dak. I don't like what I'm seeing with my brother Dak, because Dak, usually in these moments, the Dak that we've all become accustomed to was fourth quarter Dak. Listen, y'all. Listen, this is coming from me. If it's coming from me, you better respect it, because listen, I got a major respect for this quarterback as a man. You know what I'm saying? But I got to tell the truth on what he's doing. And right now in the fourth quarter, and in sometimes of those moments, he let that ball get away from him. Like when he threw it high to Cooper on the sideline. He wasn't protecting the ball. He was pressing. Can we be honest? He was pressing. And we need Dak to settle back down, to get his cool back. Can I say it like that? Can I say it like that, OC and everybody? Dak got to get his cool back. Dak is not being cool. I ain't gonna say being cool. He was not cool in this moment. I'm very accustomed to Dak being very cool in very hot temperatures. Like when he had to play for millions of dollars while he was getting paid $600,000. That's cool under major pressure. The way that he performed as a rookie, then when he went 10-6, 2018, that was cool under pressure. When he had to carry a receiver by committee to be 3-5, that was cool under pressure. This was not by our quarterback, being all the way honest. Then it was that's my comment on Dak. Can I move off of Dak? And can we go to something else real quick? I want to cover all the offense, and then we go to defense. If you cool,
you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Also, we saw concentration drops again, bro. We saw concentration drops again. Listen, go ahead and talk about it, and then I'm going to talk about just everything. Go ahead and talk about that, and if you don't mind.
I mean, you said it, man. Concentration drop. It's a lack of focus in key moments, man. I don't like Ezekiel Elliott, man, dropping the football. I was so mad, and they took him out the game in the last series, the series after that, and I was actually glad they did so because Zeke, man, we got to have it, baby. You getting healthier, you getting better, but man, I want to see you explosive. He made a couple of nice explosive runs, up the middle, he made a couple questionable cuts, in my opinion, based on the zone blocking scheme. He should have just took it front side, man. Don't dance too much in the backfield. Don't be cute. Just be a hammer, So, man, it's a situation to where it's a combination, in my opinion, Boss Cowboy, at this stage of the season, of coaching intensity and player focus. I'll say it again. Coaching intensity and player focus. Because I cannot get comfortable as a coach and let the gas off of you. I got to give you break. But I got to make sure the standard is high and that I'm not accepting you dropping the ball. I coach youth sports, and I don't accept we got to the Super Bowl. We lost in the Super Bowl this year. We played against a team that was like a select team, boss, and they, they were together 3 years. Our team was together 3 months. We went to the Super Bowl, we lost. But I didn't let off the gas. You can't let off the gas until the job is complete. And that's the issue that we have. When you have concentration drops, you're letting players get away with slacking in practice. You're letting them get away with doing things they shouldn't do in practice, and you're not holding the standard. That's how this happens this late in the season. That's why it happens.
Listen, y'all. I'm going to tell you how much the OC was on, and we got a super chat, too. He said, listen, guys, let's not cut through the chase. If we don't start the game with a physical, we get way off schedule. Facts. And check this out. All y'all got to do is me, Law, and Jesse Holly was talking yesterday. And I brought this up. If y'all haven't watched it, go check it out. And I talked about what the OC just talked about. Accountability. I named it accountability, though. That's what I said, OC. We're just saying what you saying. I say it looked like we got an accountability problem. Because the problem is when our offense goes flat, who is the person that cracks the whip to get them going, bro? Sheep don't lead themselves. Sheeps need a shepherd, bro. Let's be honest. You wouldn't pay for a head coach if the men was able to just totally lead themselves. So it's just like Coach Marv said. It's almost like our faith can depend on how many times our defense can touch the ball and how we start. Those are the two things. That's why I said, man, when we get done with this show, I'm gonna be looking at this very measured, man. This is gonna be all the way 100%.
It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say
exactly
publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring.
When I say I know exactly what I'm dealing with on my boys, man. They don't have nobody, because I asked Jesse Holly, and his answer was Dak. He said Dak is the guy that's supposed to be the guy that get them going. Well, I think I need to follow up with Jesse. You know what I'm saying, Jesse? Okay, who is the person then when Dak drops and everything is going on right now? Right? Like, who is that person, OC? Do we have that? Is it even Mike McCarthy? I'm asking you a real question.
Man, I don't really know if we have a guy with enough maturity and vocal tenure to get it going. To me, on offense, man, Amari Cooper is a silent, strong leader type. CeeDee Lamb, I don't see him as consistent with the maturity. Ezekiel Elliott, I don't see him as the leader. It would have to be somebody somewhere on that offensive line. And right now, I don't see the strong leader besides Dak. And so here's the deal. I see the comment when still
we'll
plays.
Take that in a minute. Take your time.
Yeah, so
we'll go take that.
So here's the deal, man. Offensively, in my opinion, if Dak has to be the man, and that's why Mike McCarthy has to lead Dak and not just love on him. He's good at loving on him, right? But I think he has to lead Dak and say, Dak, this is what we need you to do. He needs to pull him aside, man to man. Defensively, we got several guys. We got Jaron Curse. We got Tank. He's the war daddy. We got Micah Parsons, a young lion, a dog, right? We got people to pick it up and be like, hey, man, come on. Let's get this up. Let's rock. But offensively, right now, we don't have it besides Dak. So if Dak is not on it, we're going to struggle, man. We need another voice.
Hey, facts, we need another voice. So this comment said, why the DBs not turning around for the ball looking stupid? A super chat. For the most part, I feel like we did. And honestly, I think we got some bad calls on that. Because how do we always get that flag, but the opposing teams in the same games don't get the exact same flags by the same crew? Am I lying?
Yeah.
Am I lying? Because if Donovan Wilson got the flag, why didn't Cooper get the flag and put us on the 1 yard line?
Yeah, I mean, look, man, you know, I can't argue with what you're saying, but what I can say is this, boss, is that all these guys are professionals and they're highly paid, right? And they practice coverage every day. Get your head around. Get your head around and at least attempt to look like you're making a play on the ball.
Facts.
Nashon Wright. Bro, look, you a DB, bro.
Yeah,
it wasn't like you a DB, bro.
You can't pay.
You know?
That's the rule.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to get your head around, bro. Like, that's the rule.
The good thing about that,
you know the good thing about that? It gives you an excuse to try to make a play. Right. Y'all feel me on that? Because a lot of times, let me talk about this from a defensive back perspective, if you don't mind. All right?
Go ahead.
And then we go take what Anthony talked about, because he had a comment that was fire. So, a lot of times what happens when you playing defensive back, I'm going to be all the way honest with everybody. When that ball is in the air, you a lot of times are trained to look at the body language of that receiver to know when to attack their hands and try to rip the ball out. We all train on that. So we look at everything. So even if their eyes get big, so if I'm running with a guy and his eyes buck up, the ball is on his way down. So then you in a split-second decision trying to make up your mind. Like, should I turn around because the ball is coming? Because if I do, this can happen. You have a blind spot. So when you turn around, if the ball is here, you're going to miss it. You're not going to even see it. And so a lot of us take a calculated risk that I'm going to try to wait till you try to catch it and I'm going to rip for it. But with this new rule in the NFL, throw that out. Just try to make a play on the ball. Right? Or you go get a penalty. Just go for it. Go try to make a play on the ball. The new rules allow for defenders to become attackers of the football. But we so used to trying to, I don't want him to catch it. I don't want him to catch it. That we are running into people. That super chat got some credence to it. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn around and attack the damn ball, man. Like, if you get caught on, so what? Now, let's make the play. If they catch it on you, cool. But I want you going out trying to make the play. That's what the new rule dictates. Did I say that right?
That was beautiful, man. I mean, what happens, the DB got to turn into a receiver. When that ball is up in the air, the DB got to turn into a receiver.
Hey, man, I think we can take some calls.
Into a receiver.
Hold on. I think that we got the call lines back working because I heard a noise when I clicked on it. You heard that, OC? Did you hear that?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? I'm going to try to take a call real quick. Let me see if it's working, y'all, because people still trying to call in. I want to get y'all in here, too. Let's try. Call in is open 941-942-2100, 941-942-2100, and then we go to the offensive line. Because it was a lot of people that played bad, OC, right?
Yes.
Dak.
Yes.
Drops, concentration stuff, and the offensive line was bad. We got to talk. We gonna take our sweet time. Hey, matter of fact, I see Harold right here. Let me see if I can call him. Boss Cowboy Sports. See, I don't know why I'm not hearing it. It's okay, y'all. Hey, forget it. It's not gonna work this time, y'all. Forget it. Sorry, y'all. Phones. I'll fix it later. I don't know why I cannot hear it. It's not coming through. Let me see. And I don't have time to try to repair all this stuff right here, man. So all technical stuff. But real quick, let's talk about the offensive line, if you don't mind, and we'll continue to take these chats. Anthony Terrell had a fire comment. We're going to start here on the offensive line.
Yeah.
And Anthony Terrell, he came from that school that just won the state championship in Dallas called South Oak Cliff. This school has some of the best coaches in the state. Can I just be honest? My boy that just made this comment, that's why I want to recognize who I'm talking about so that people can know the weight of this comment that he made, right? He's a 3-time state champion himself, coach, which is super big in Texas. That's you legendary. My boy's a 3-time state champion coach who made this comment. All right, the comment he made, sorry, y'all, the call line's not working, y'all. I see y'all trying to call in. I don't know what's going on. I'll fix it later. Don't worry about it. We'll have it up tomorrow, and we'll take nothing but calls. We'll make tomorrow a call-in show. That's all it's going to be, nothing but calls. No plans, no nothing. We just taking calls, all right? But going back to this with Anthony, the OC, he said something in the chat. He said, when Steele is in the game, we can run the ball. When he's not in the game, we can't. It's that simple.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've talked about this so much this season. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
And, Steele is a devastating, explosive run blocker at the point of attack. He hits people, they go backwards. Let me just make it simple.
Yep.
He hits people,
they go
backwards. It creates openings for the running back to run the ball. What we have right now is age and inexperience on some level. And let me take my time, okay? And some people, are just on the clock. And what I mean by this, Boss Cowboy, is some people on our offensive line have only so many good games left in their bodies. They have only so many good games.
Go ahead, say it.
Left in their bodies. No, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Hold back on me.
No, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Listen, Collins is serviceable. He's not bad at right tackle. But in terms of cutoff blocks, he does not have the lateral quickness. So he gets beat backside. So anytime the ball is running to the left, his man is almost always in on the tackle if it's his immediate gap to the right. He's not getting there to cut off the defender. Play side, at times on pass pro, he's going to lunge. He's going to give up pressures, right? He's going to hold because Hollins misses with his hands. Okay, at times he misses with his hands. He gets his hands outside and he grabs. Zach Martin is still a solid, good guard, but Zach Martin has not been playing as well as he's played in years past. He has not been. Okay? He's given up power. He's given up a little bit of quickness to the point of attack. You also have Badias, which is a young center. Okay? And, man, he holds. He makes mistakes. He gets beat physically. He tries. He's trying his hardest. I'm a little patient with him only because this is his first full season playing. I anticipate him being way strong and getting better next year. But it doesn't take away from the fact that, man, he's had some bad moments, okay? We got Williams, which is a good, solid left guard. But, man, at times he holds in critical situations. He gets called for critical penalties. Just period, point blank.
Hold on real quick. I think you've been a little bit.
Huh?
Let me push you back on that one just a little bit. Because he got one holding penalty. But he been starting 2 games. So this was his one holding penalty in 2 games. And to be honest, I think it was a weak call this game.
It was a weak call. But, man, it doesn't stop the fact that it happens. And the reason why he got benched is because of the holding penalties.
True. But, okay, you was just going through all the offensive linemen. Go ahead.
I'm going through all of them.
Yeah,
I'm taking my sweet time.
Because I want to push back a little bit, but I see what you're doing. You just kind of breaking down what you was seeing today out of all the linemen. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so at the end of the day, he played a solid game. He's not bad. I said he's a good left guard.
Yeah.
But is he the future? You gonna re-sign him? I don't think so. Now, in spots, I think that Smith is still hurt. I'm looking at him walk. He's a little gimpy on that ankle, man. A little bit gimpy, you know? So I don't think that he's all the way back 100% physically. But the issue that I have, and I've said this since last year, is will he be back consistently 100% healthy? And look, he's really, really good when he's healthy. But, man, he was a little up and down today. He got beat, he's a little up and down today. So we need more depth at tackle, man. And we need to look toward the future when we talk about the all-world Tyron Smith. All respect to him, right? But, man, it just looked like progressively, Boss Cowboy, if I'm being honest, it just looked like progressively his body breaking down. And I'm an offensive tackle. I played the position in college, played a little bit post-college as well, man. And so it just looks like his body's breaking down. And you got to get some youth that can log you a lot of games there. And as far as Steele is concerned, Steele is the most explosive run blocker on this offensive line. He pancakes people. We've done many tapes on this. So you can go to Boss Cowboy Sports and look at the Steele tape breakdown. We break him down run. We break him down pass on his starts. And so if you want to create more lanes, you need to have that guy some kind of way in the game. You got it from here, Boss Cowboy. What do you say?
I'm gonna have to sleep on that one, bro. You know I usually think on stuff on the spot because that's a tough one to me. Because you're dealing with the continuity of going into the playoffs. I hate that y'all took the man out.
Why?
See, listen, because that's
why. Why did you
take him out, bro?
Him?
Like, for real. Like, and some people don't like this. Some people hate this conversation. Let me catch everybody up because we getting a lot of people that's coming in. Sometimes people stop their streams and so they go on to the next stream. So we getting a lot of people coming in now. So I want to just kind of explain what we've been doing. We've been going through the offense. We finally at the offensive line. Okay? So we talked about Dak. We talked about the receivers with the concentration drops. And the receivers all today was pretty good. Today the receivers pretty good. It was more so the running backs that did the dropping. Pollard dropped. And then Zeke dropped. Those are the drops, to be specific. So I can't talk about the receivers today. But we went through that, right? And then we talked about Dak, right? We also talked about just catching everybody up. We talked about Kellen Moore. Now we're on the offensive line. So since we're talking about the offensive line, let's just be honest. Everybody always said, OC, why would y'all break what was working? Well, let's ask this question. When was the offensive line at its best? We can name the group. T. Smith. It was Connor Williams. It was Tyler. It was Zach. And it was Steele. That's when that running game was at its best. I'm just being honest, y'all. Now, a lot of times when the facts sometimes go against what you've been hearing and what you've said yourself, can we adopt what we know was working? Because the guy that was getting movement on the offensive line was Steele.
Facts.
Now,
Facts.
If you can stall for a minute, I'll pull up the facts. I show it. Like
Yep,
people
man.
talking about where the
I mean-
facts. I can go to Next Gen Stats and show it right now, where you can see
Go
that
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, OC.
Do it, man. And so look, man, here's the whole deal. And I don't have a bias either way on who starts. Right? I want to win the game. And I want us to put the best possible product on the football field. And that best possible product in the 6 starts that Terrence Steele had, it shows. And this is what Boss Cowboy is going to pull up here pretty soon. You'll see over 80% of our positive yards coming off the right side. And if Boss Cowboy has a moment to even show some of the snips of what we did weeks ago now, when we broke down the tape on Terrence Steele and showing what he did in the run game, you'll see him moving people back. You'll see him pancaking people. You don't have the same effect. No offense, not saying he's not a good player, but you don't have the same effect with La'el Collins. You just do not. And so also, Boss Cowboy, thinking about this and looking at this game, what was one of the things that we did not do this game that we did versus the Washington Redskins? And I said this on the Keys to Victory versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Washington football team.
Excuse me, the Washington football team, I apologize. So here's the deal. We did not counter-trap the football. We did not do the lead counter-trap that we did when Zeke scored the touchdown versus Washington.
Oh, the counter-trap.
We didn't run one counter-trap. And it would have been effective versus a Chandler Jones who was screaming off the edge. He was running up the field so fast, he was extremely aggressive.
This is the play you're talking about. Counter-trap. Right here.
Yeah, so this is a variation of the counter trap. This is called a zone trap. You'll see the offensive line all step to the left, and you'll see the tight end come back play side. All right? And it'll come back play side and trap, and then you'll see, Jonathan Taylor bust through the gap. So everybody stepping left, look at the trap 84, boom, and Jonathan Taylor is through, and he's off to the races. Sprint. Simmons chases him down. He's a freak athlete. He can play every position on the field, I think. He's a freak.
Jesus Christ, bro. That boy's...
He's a freak.
Talk about Simmons. Hey, and we talked about that. If y'all been following us during this week, we already brought up Simmons. On that play right there, we highlighted... Yes. I actually posted it on the page. Like, look how freakish this is. I put it. It was only one highlight I put on the page. It was Simmons running down Taylor. So when he made that play on Dak, I wasn't even surprised, bro. Like, man, but I got it right here, OC. Yep. Here's all the evidence of where the success was coming from, and this is when Steele was starting. You know what I mean? And so hold on real quick. It's still loading. We got to get down to week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, we can click on any one of these and you'll see it though. You know what I mean? That a majority of the success and this is Zeke's best game, y'all. It's right here, y'all. This is when, for everybody that love Zeke, every time we tell y'all that they was having success running behind Steele, we not making that up. People really think we got a goddamn favorite. It ain't no favorites in this shit. Excuse me. Forgive me, OC. We giving you facts, man. It's facts. I can show you chart after chart after chart that you can measure yourself. You can go to Next Gen Stats yourself and see this. You ain't got to even take my word for it. I can go to the very next one where Steele will start, and you'll see where our success was coming from. Here's the next game. And this was our best running games. They was obviously targeting the right side behind Steele, y'all. We not making it up, y'all. Now, so we having this conversation, and it's like, oh, here we go. No, this is ideas that we really think improve the Dallas Cowboys. And it's obvious. I mean, don't be the type person where we put the facts in your face and you still deny it. Please don't be that person. That is not the person to be. All right, listen, let's move on real quick. Let's talk about defense if you don't mind, because we handled offense. And we still got a lot of people rocking with us, man. So let's sum up the offense, and then we can talk about defense. And we can defense gonna be fast, bro. We gonna get through that fast.
Man, it's simple. Drop balls in key situations. Bad play by the offensive line versus an aggressive, young, athletic defense. Quarterback's not at his best. Play caller not at his best. And then you know the rest. So, yeah, I got you, bro. You're right. We did make Cooper priority last game, and we did not this game. And we get the consequences and the results of it. And even when Dak did complete some of these underneath passes, man, it was either low passes that the receivers have to make adjustments to because the ball wasn't just accurate, right? So we need to get Dak on tap, man. So, at the end of the day, man, not our best on all phases of the offensive game. And to win versus good teams, and this is what the OC's been preaching, we have to be better. That's it, man. That's the summary.
Yeah. On my summary of the offense is this was a Denver day and a Kansas City day. This was a Denver day or a Kansas City day. So I said on the final word last week, OC, I said it depends on who show up. I say if the Denver Cowboys show up, we gonna take an L. If the Atlanta Cowboys show up, or the ones who played the Washington football team the second time, we go dominate anybody. The problem is it's too damn big of a gap. That's too big of a gap, bro. I was having forgive me, I'm finna go off a small tangent. I was having a Twitter debate today. We had a guy from England on Twitter that was going back and forth with me. He literally was from England. And he was saying he didn't like how I was confident that we was going to win. He went back and replayed what I said. And I said this. I say, if the Dallas Cowboys play 85% on offense, we beat these guys easily. So he was the whole game on some I told you so BS, right? I said, okay, bro. See, you dealing with me, man. You're not dealing with no sucker, bro. You dealing with me, all right? And so this is where I got him, OC. I said, let me ask you a question. Is this offense playing at 85%? That's not the point. I said, nah, you know it's the point because you're trying to have this air of humility like you just humble. I said, no, you fought, you fake, and you scared. I said, let's be honest. Did they play at 85% of themselves? He never answered the question because he knew to answer that question was to say I was right, that these guys did not play even at 85% of what they capable of. That's a fact, bro. This offense did not even play at 85 freaking percent of what they can do. That's too big, bro. That screams we summing up the offense right now because we talked about everything. We talked about quarterback, coaching, Mike McCarthy taking play calling. We talked about all of that. We summing it up now. It comes down to inconsistencies like my boy Scott 22 said. It's too big. That's too big of a gap, bro. You can't go from Denver, then the next week, Atlanta. Then go from what you did to the Washington football team, the no names, to this bull crap. Oh, nah. So now, to sum it up, Mike McCarthy, you better take over this play calling, my brother, or they go run you out and they go mess around and give the guy that lost you your job the job. Y'all heard me on that? Mike McCarthy, you better take control of your own destiny. You let Kelly Moore get in here and choke again, they gonna blame you for it, sir.
And you know what? It's gonna happen in the first playoff game if you don't do it.
Yep. Ooh. Let's not say that, OC. Hold on, OC. Hold on, OC.
I'm keeping it a buck. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it a buck. I hate to say it. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all because I love you. And the OC promises, I'll put my hand to the sky and I'll give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Because you know what, man? It's no time that the games get tighter. The pressure is greatest when you get into an NFL playoff football game. The margin for error is thin. Boys are not given an inch, and everybody's out there playing for their life. Because you know what? They're trying to get that championship. That's what they're trying to do. And if you ain't got your cool, your calm and collected, and what he really needs to do is get some scripted plays. He needs 10 scripted plays for the goal line. 10 scripted plays to start the game. 10 scripted plays on third down. And they need to work through those scripted plays until he got them perfected. That's what he needs. He don't need to have to think on the fly because you got something that tightens up on your body and it causes you not to have the reaction and the oxygen flowing to your cerebral cortex that you need in key moments and situations, which causes us to have bad decisions and lose games.
Hold on. I got to give him all the buttons. Can I give him all the buttons? Yeah, I got to get that boy all the buttons on that. And this one again. And I got to even finish my boy OC with this.
Perfect.
Because at first I wasn't feeling you. Because I was in my feelings, bro. I had to get out my feelings. My logic had to kick in. My logic, listen, this is where the OC is right, y'all. I'm going to say it my way. He said it another way. I'm going to say it my way. This is where the OC is right. The road is the toughest environments. The numbers say his play calling get bad when it's tough. We get in tough games. The data says his play calling get weird when them games get tough. Except for Tampa. Tampa was good. I give him Tampa. I give him New England. I ain't gonna totally kill him. But for the most part, more than likely, if Mike McCarthy don't put his hands and kind of encroach more a little bit on this stuff, we could. And my boy Montana asked the question, is the Super Bowl dream over, boss? No. It really depends on who shows up. That's the measure Kool-Aid and everything I'm saying. I want to say that again. That is the measure Kool-Aid.
It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring.
If I can sum up everything, that's why I came in saying I see this with clear eye views. And the clear eye view is this. And when I describe the Cowboys now, based on what they showed me for 16 weeks, I got to always give a disclaimer. And that's what I'm going to do all the way up until we win the Super Bowl. So it's going to always be, depends on which offense show up. If the Kansas City Chiefs offense show up, if the Denver offense show up, if now I'm going to add this team to the list, right? If the Arizona Cardinals offense show up, we out. But and it don't even got to be Atlanta. It can be 85% of Atlanta. It ain't got to be 100%. It ain't got to be where they was just on fire. They just can't be what this crap was, bro. This was bull crap. This was very unrepresentative of the city of Dallas and the team they represent. And somebody got to lead. Dak got to cool down. He got to go back to cool Dak, calm Dak, forget all the cheerleading in terms of leading a rah-rah speech, now go back into the background, bro. Go back, get in the background, stay in the lab. Because you ain't wearing that mantle right, bro. Just keeping it real. Can I keep it real? You not wearing that mantle right. Let somebody else be the rah-rah guy. Go back to what gets you back in your game, where you sit back and you just play.
And, you know, I've heard people that got big contracts say this before, that they get into the first year of that contract with the I'm trying to prove I'm worth it. Right?
Yeah.
And they press too much. Right? Because they trying to prove they worth it. I think Dak may be trying to prove he's worth it, man. And I think that he needs to really, really, really calm down and just, man, trust his game, trust himself. And if there's any personal distractions right now, man, hey, man, get rid of them. You know, put them on ice, man, at least until the season is over, man. Because, hey, we need you to step up. We need you to be really, for this team to go where we need to go, we need Dak to really be what Dak was in the first 5-6 games of the season. We need that. We need that Dak, man. And if we don't have that Dak, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be trouble in paradise. And Mike McCarthy, if there was any time that you need to let your intestinal fortitude show and your strength of character in terms of your leadership, man, it is right now. You know, it is right now. Yeah. And so, no, I don't think it's a confidence issue. I think that it's a nerves issue where it's a situation where he's not trusting himself and his body, right? He got paid. He's worried about his body. He's worried about getting injured in the back of his head. That's why you hesitate to run. Because in his first several years, he wouldn't hesitate to run. It was no hesitation. He had nothing to lose. He's playing like a person that has something to lose. You got to stop playing like a person that has something to lose and play like you have nothing to lose. And that's the difference right now. I don't think it's his confidence, though.
And see, my last thing I'm going to say about Dak is this too, bro. Dak, I don't mean nothing even when I say this, but this is where Romo was better than you. Romo knew when to tell them coaches, shut up, man. Can I just say it like that? Romo knew when to say, I ain't running that dumb play. I think sometimes, just like Whitney and Romo used to get on the side and they used to draw their plays up in chalk, I think Cooper and Dak need to do that, man. I think that's where we are right now. You feel me on that? You feel me on that?
Check. Okay,
check,
coach.
Bro.
Okay, coach. Check,
bro.
Hey,
Dak,
zero.
Dak, bro, this is a backup on me. Just that. Dak, this is a backup on me. My name is Cooper. I was a top 5 pick, and I backed it up too. See, that's what Romo would do. Romo would this is what Romo would do. Oh, Dez on a backup? Okay, I'm going at that all day.
Thanks.
Now, this if we trying to win 6, though. You can't be all friends with Kellen Moore. Sometimes you got to know when to say, man, F you, man. Coach, you stupid. You listen, y'all forgive me for saying it like that. But I told y'all a story earlier where one of my best friends, not best friends, a good friend, a real good friend that passed, okay, had to slap a coach. See, y'all don't want to hear the real today. See, y'all want to hear some bull. Y'all don't want to hear how it really is. Sometimes in the war, you got to take over, man. Sometimes you got to be able to look at reality and say, my coach is nothing up right now. My coach is not himself. So who got to lead this thing? Cooper, let's go, bro. What you seeing out here? Okay, we gonna do that.
And the reality of it is, if some of your plays work, they're not gonna say nothing. Because at the end of the day, you got a no trade clause. You the $160 million man, bro. Take control. So that's what that,
I was
that's
looking at somebody. Yeah, somebody was saying they said the same thing on A through Z Sports today. Yeah. See, listen. Yeah, Boss Cowboy said that tonight. Yeah. Yeah, he was saying he was listening to somebody else's show. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man, like this, we giving real solutions. If you on this show, we talking about real ways to win. Number one, we talked about, because we not over here just crying about losing. We gave the problem, Kellen Moore freezing. What was the solution? Mike McCarthy need to be the backup and ready to take over. What's also what we can do with Kellen Moore freezing up and having this looking like a pattern in big moments, just doing stuff that's not even logical. You got Schultz blocking Jones. You got backup corners not even getting tested. That's nothing up, bro. Let's just say what it is. That is nothing up under pressure. That is just running plays with no thought. It's no strat. That's what that is. So the other solution, Dak, when you see that's going on with Moore, you got to say, all right, come on, Cooper, what you seeing, bro? Because both of those guys are smart enough to do that, OC. Both of those guys. We won the Philly game because Cooper was out there with his chest mind, and he was saying, Dak, they keep sitting on my routes, bro. Let's go vertical. What did Dak say? This is all recorded history. Dak say, run what the coaches tell you. Cooper got mad, ran out of the huddle like, man, whatever, right? So Dak, while he's under the snap, comes to himself and say, he right. He gives him the call for the fade. Hikes the ball and wins the game on a fade. Facts. The coaches, go ahead.
No, you talking so real. Go ahead. You so good. You doing so good. Go ahead.
Bro, this is real. Like, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to give y'all another real example of how coaches freeze. I'm being honest, and we giving solutions to when your coach freeze. Man, my senior year, bro, this is a true story. Listen to this crazy story. This guy named Hodges Mitchell was one of the best return people in Texas, in the nation, matter of fact. You remember Hodges?
He was the man.
Hodges was cold. So we sitting there knowing who, and he from my hood. So I ran track with him. I knew him personally. I knew he was a dog, right? So check this out. So I coach Telly kick it to him, right? OC, we all get in the huddle ourselves and say, we not kicking it to Hodges, right? And they said, what we gonna do? We all agreed amongst ourselves, we're gonna onside kick. We collected 4 of them. And then coach got mad at us and said, kick it deep. Guess what happened, bro?
He took it back.
To the house. So I know some people looking at it like, oh, you crazy. No.
But this is real football talk, man. This is a real station. This is a real channel. This is real football talk from dudes that played the game at the highest level or close to it. You know, both of us.
What it is.
Man, it's like it's real life because look, man, and you guys think that Tom Brady don't check out a bunch of plays?
Oh yeah.
You guys think that Aaron Rodgers don't call whatever the crap play he really wants to call?
No doubt.
Do y'all really watch? Can y'all watch them play? I'm giving you top quarterbacks. Do you really believe that, guys, for 1 second?
Fire.
Do you really believe that?
Claim.
Do you really think those guys don't call their own plays? Do you really think that Troy Aikman didn't audible out and call his own plays to Michael Irvin? You think that he never did that? Come on, guys. I'm giving you the real deal, McCoy. You think that Russell Wilson never audibled out of a run play and threw it to Lockett? You think that the top elite guys that win championships didn't make real decisions based upon what they saw in the game? You sound mistaken, and I'm not a quarterback. I'm an offensive lineman. I changed the blocking scheme. I said, this guy is smoking you. We double teaming this dude. Forget this. I tap my hip. When I tap my hip, that means the running back got to block my man, Boss Cowboy. We played against UT up in Austin, and a certain player was hurting one of our certain players. Man, I tapped my hip. I said, let's go. We double teaming this kid. I tapped my hip. I changed the scheme. I wasn't supposed to do that. I made a real decision based upon what's going on in the game, and I'm an offensive lineman. So you think all world quarterbacks don't do it? Come on.
Yeah, and see, I don't want y'all to misunderstand what I'm saying. Somebody said you missing Romo, so he can bring back bad memories with him. No, I'm missing one trait that we all have to credit Romo for. You know? So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, you know, throwing those interceptions at the inappropriate moments. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having the nuts and the balls to say, you know what, I'm finna totally take over because my coach is tripping. The only reason we're having this conversation is because this is under the assumption that you watching a coach froze. What do you do?
Right.
Do you just let them sink your season?
Right.
We're talking real. This is man talk. This is real man talk. It's sometimes you got to break rules. It's sometimes you got to think outside the box. Like, they ain't going to let this dude. I'm over here watching this dude have a whole tendency to fold.
Facts.
And then we over here trying to figure out and scratch our head. Why on the road is your red zone on point, and then you get home against weak opponents and you look like Boy Wonder? That means you freeze under pressure. And let's stop faking like that's not the case. As soon as we can accept it, we can put solutions around it. That's why we're having this conversation. Right. This is the solution if you watching Kellen Moore do dumb stuff like, hey, we keep running plays, and none of these plays that's coming in here is attacking them young corners that's sitting out there. Okay, Cooper, man, this dude done. This the third series in a row. That's what we saying. This the third series in a row, man. Listen, hey, he go probably run these plays, bro. We go do X, Y, and Z out here, and I'm gonna take the hit, win or lose. I'm gonna take the hit. I'm gonna stand up on the podium and blame me. That's what you got to do when you in an environment to where somebody around you is extremely weak. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. You don't let nobody just break and sink your life, period. If it's your wife, your kids, your brother, your mama, your daddy, you let no one sink your life. I'm sure not going to let a teammate do it or a coach. I'm not. Dak Nim got one chance at a dream. I'm seeing a major tendency of a lack of common sense in key moments. That's the trend, y'all. We can try to act like it's not there, but it's there, man. And if the faster we admit it, the faster we can build quality solutions around it. So anyway, I'm going to sum up the defense.
Go ahead.
The defense is good enough to win a championship. That's always been my quote. Okay? This is a Super Bowl defense, meaning if you do can I say it like this? If you just do your job offense, them guys have shown that they go hold up their part for the most part. Was they perfect today? No. Did they give up points today? No. But was they the most consistent group for the last 8 to 10 games? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Did the corners get beat today? Yes. The corners need to play better. Corners need to play better. You know, can I keep it real? The corners need to play better. But other than that, OC, you have no real critiques on that D, bro.
Yeah, I got a couple, man. And I'm going to summarize it, man, and I'm done.
Okay, cool.
Man, if teams, it's been a few teams that's shown the tendency to pick on Anthony Brown.
Oh,
when you notice that, Dan Quinn, we got to roll coverage, man. Roll coverage, man. Yeah. Don't let him be, because he held up, man, until the second half. He held up pretty well, man. So I'm giving him his credit. He made plays, man. But man, nobody, man. These people are too, like we used to say in college, where we say, hey, man, that dude got a scholarship too. Well, in the NFL, man, that dude get a check too. Nobody is gonna hold up on every pass versus a talented receiver and a quarterback, man, the whole entire game without giving up a big play at some point, especially if he was targeted 20 times. And I'm exaggerating, but he was thrown out at least 8 to 10 times. Roll coverage, help him out, okay? Number one, all right? That's a critique. Number two, you got to drop in obvious running situations, you got to drop a strong safety, a.k.a. Wilson, which he ended up making a play, drop him down in the box as a rover or linebacker to help set the edge, right? You have to make adjustments based on the personnel you have to set the edge, because teams, because of Tristan Hill, Gallimore, how well we're playing inside, they're not, for the most part, able to effectively run the ball inside. But where teams have had success against us is running against the edges in key moments. And we have to come up with a strategy to stop. They did good enough for us to win, had not we played so bad offensively. But I'm talking about championship football, and I ain't talking about good enough. I'm talking about championship football. And to have championship football, we're going to have to correct those two things.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give, now that I think about it, I got to give Dan Quinn some of his, too, that I was scratching my head, okay? This game would have been a game, in my opinion, that Belichick would have easily won, even with as bad as we played. Because going into the game, it was quite obvious to see that Kyler Murray had one main target consistently going up into this game, bro. Now, what most D coordinators do, or somebody like Belichick, is he's going to scheme to take away your primary target. So what did Belichick try to do? It didn't work. But what did he try to do against Dak? He took away who? Schultz. Because Schultz at the time, going up into that game, was Dak's major security blanket, and it was working. We was running teams with that, running the ball and going at Schultz, right, as the security blanket. We was consistently moving the ball downfield doing that. Belichick said, okay, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to stop your run, and I'm going to stop your primary weapon, and you have to beat us with the other guys. Well, we obviously beat them with the other guys because the other guys are real good, especially Cedric Wilson. Like, that's a real good number 3 receiver. Yep. But Dan Quinn, basically, man, you get way more stops strategically if you bracket, limit, put your best cover guys and stuff like that against Ertz. We actually did that against him when he was playing with Philly, because he smoked us the first time we played him. How did we fix that, OC? You know what we did? We put Byron Jones on Zach Ertz, shut him down, blew Philly out.
Yep.
So scheme-wise, I did see some issues as well, just being all the way honest, man. I ain't want to lie. I ain't going to lie to kick it. But, hey, y'all, the OC already starting to dry. That means he ready to go. So, hey,
I got to go, man. I got to go pick up the family.
Yeah. So, listen, we're going to be back tomorrow with the call lines because I really, really, really wanted those call lines today, man. I really, really wanted those call lines today. That means the call lines going to be lit up tomorrow. So, y'all come on back, all right? Y'all come on back tomorrow to Boss Cowboy Sports. OC, you got something?
Hey, man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the OC 100 on Twitter. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on Twitter. Sharing is caring. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, we'll catch you.
All right. Oh, whoa, wrong button. All right. So, also, I always want to acknowledge the people that continue to support us financially. We appreciate everybody that donating to Boss Cowboy Sports, because obviously all of the financial donations goes right into upgrades and all that kind of stuff. Montana, man, we thank you for throwing
fire,
the flames and the fire, man. And I really appreciate everybody because y'all have a lot of choices on game day. It's a lot of us that go live on game day. So the fact that y'all decide to come have a seat in Boss Cowboy Sports is going to always mean something to me and the OC. We greatly appreciate that our numbers are always good after Sunday, and that says that y'all really like to come here and go talk and go back and forth as we talk football together. it would have been way better with the phone lines, and we gonna have that tomorrow. That's why we definitely saying come back, because I want to hear from y'all, because I get so much commentary when I go back and forth with you guys. So we will be back tomorrow, but the only way you gonna know when we go live is you gonna have to have the notifications bell on Facebook as well as YouTube. So when we go live, you'll know it. Other than that, we out. Peace. Don't go nowhere yet, OC.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.